Well, hello there, friends. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am Kathy Crow. This is the Crow Cottage. So welcome, and I hope that you're ready to have some fun. I think a lot of us are ready to just have fun doing anything, anything today. And so it is a beautiful day. I've been outside already on my bike ride. Saw a lot of fun things out there, and I will be, I'm sure, chatting about it. Today I'm going to do the Impossible stamp set, and I would like to do 3 cards. We're going to see what we get to. This one will take, actually not, this is going to take less time than the other ones. I do have to remember to get out my Stamparatus for that one. We're going to try to do this one. That one actually has the most coloring in it, so we'll see. And then this one, I'm going to try 2 different embossing folders, because this one is actually a retired embossing folder. This is Seaside, and I don't think we have that one anymore. We have High Seas, which is a really nice one too, but I haven't done this technique with it, so I'm not sure how that one's going to work out. I am going to have to kind of move my thing back and forth with my my cutting machine, because there's just a lot of tags, and I didn't get it done yet early. Normally I get some of that cutting done early, but Jeff's home, as all of us are who have other jobs. A lot of us are at home right now and not functioning like normal. So Jeff is home all the time. It's been difficult for me to get some things done that I normally would. And it's not his fault. He's staying out of the way as much as he possibly can. It's not him. It's me. I'm all off schedule. Still am. Never going to change, I guess, because I kind of prefer to live off schedule. It's part of the joy of being able to stay home and not work. And this job, the Stampin' Up! Job, has been nice. It's very sweet because I can fit it in where I want it to, for the most part. Not totally, but mostly. And so I really love doing it. But the problem is that when Jeff is home, I don't do the things that I normally would be doing when he's not home. So anyway, I am doing the drawing for last week. Now, I did just put in the names of people who normally share, because last week's video I had to do it as a YouTube video, and I know people shared, but I couldn't see any of that. I think I only saw 1 comment on it because of the nature of it. That's one reason I don't like doing that. I don't see people when they're on, and afterwards I don't get a chance to see any comments. So I disliked having to do that, but I just had to. And so now I am back. So this time when you share by video, I will be able to see that you did. So I appreciate that. But anyway, so having said that, I am doing the drawing for last week's video for those who shared, and I'm trusting that you did share. I just put everybody's name in there that normally does, and I'm just trusting that you did. If you didn't share and you win, oh well, you probably shared before and didn't get to win. So anyway, so we will see who won. And before I open that up and see who won, I actually am going to do something a little different. I think I'm going to try, instead of just sending you a small thing, what I'm finding is that when I send you a small thing in the mail, if it's very big at all, I have to send it in a big envelope, and that's costing me almost $5 to send it. I had this little discussion with my mail lady this morning, like if it went book rate because it's paper, can it go cheaper? Because $5 to send something that really only costs $1 or $2. No. So anyway, I ended up doing that, just sending it the $4 and whatever it was she charged me. But I thought, this is stupid. If I am going to be spending almost $5 to send something to you that you might not even use, then I can just do a $5 gift certificate to you. I think that might be better. So some of our team ladies, they have little cards that they, says $5, because I don't know why Stampin' Up! Does not do gift cards. Now that would be really nice if they did, but they don't. So I can't give it to you that way, which would be the preferred way. I'd rather do it that way. Instead, I will just make up some little cards. When you win, I'm going to send it to you. You can send them back to me with what you would like in our catalog, but since nothing costs $5 almost, and I can't give you the shipping and handling, so you're going to need to collect them basically, and then you can collect them, and then you can send it in and get something bigger. Okay, so it's going to be good. Now I've already drawn the name, so let's see who won the drawing for last week's video, and it is Freddie. Congratulations. So Freddie, you will get the first little certificate that says that you have earned $5 at Stampin' Up! From me, and you can collect them if you want. Hi Trudy, it's good to see you. And actually, since it's something that's going to be really small, I can mail it in a little envelope on one stamp. That's going to work out really nicely for you, and you can keep those, collect them, and do it. And or you could send it back. But if you do send it back, the $5 one, I guess I'm going to have to just say you're going to have to send me another one to get anything, because really almost anything from Stampin' Up! Costs that shipping and handling. It's going to be a killer. So anyhow, I hope, Trudy, everything's going great for you today. We are going to have fun today. So I'm going to move my camera down and we're going to get started. So be careful of the, oops, it already like froze. My camera is being very sensitive. I noticed it when I was doing my garden tour. I tried to do a little garden tour because we've got some beautiful bulbs blooming out there right now, and our snowball bush is really, really nice. So I tried to do a little garden tour on my Tri-City Crow garden page that I started years ago. Anyway, my camera's just not liking a lot of things, and I don't know if my battery's wearing down or what. So hopefully we will be all right today. So here is my host code. If you do place an order with me, I will send you a gift. I also am just reminding you that when you share the video, I am going to put your name in the pot if you win the name for sharing. And I don't have a ton of visitors here, so you will have a very good opportunity to win. So you will win a $5 gift certificate to Stampin' Up! From now on when you share. All right, so today I'm going to start with this card. This one is I'm using the Do the Impossible stamp set. I really like this stamp set. It's particularly appropriate for the day when we are under so many stressful challenges. And I'm going to just put my dies out here because we're going to be using those a lot. Let me move my cards that we are going to get to hopefully before too long to the side. I usually, when I'm doing stuff, my biggest problem is just losing all of my all the things I'm working on. I just start to lose them. All right, so I'm going to try the Seaside versus the High Seas embossing folder first. I used the Seaside one, and so I know what that one looks like, so I'm going to just set that one aside. Since my camera was acting up, I am just going to move my Big Shot over. I probably am going to have to move it over several times because I'm going to be using it several times today. All right, let me really quick head over to my page and find out if I'm even on. I don't see me, and I don't know why I don't see me, but I don't. Hi, Sylvia. I think I see you on my phone. I cannot see. My screen is just acting up. We have had so much trouble with Facebook. I think it's just because so many people are using it. And so Facebook has just been really naughty as far as trying to find anything for me. So I've been having to just go with it and assume that I found it. Awesome. Good. Thank you, Trudy. I see your comment. I'm good. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so we are on. And I can move it a little bit there, and that might help. All right, so the first thing I want to do is use the high seas folder, because I can see how that seaside one turned out already, and I want to try it with my ink, just rubbing the ink, because I really liked how that turned out. It was good. I just took my tool and just rubbed the ink on top, and it left these nice little waves, so it was a really quick thing to do. I'm not really sure about how high seas will work using the same method. I assume it's going to work just as good, because this one is a 3D folder, so that means it's going to be even more pronounced probably than my seaside one. You do want to make sure your waves are going in the direction of your card. And let me get the right sandwich going here. That's just your regular Big Shot platform, and the new little folder or cutting pad that they have to go with that really does make a big difference having the new. Hi, Kathy. It's nice to see you. Your lighting, please. You know what? I just have like an aught light on the side. I have a desk lamp there. I have a desk lamp there. I just went on Amazon, and if you text me a message or send a Facebook Messenger message to me to remind me, and then I will reply to you about that. I don't really have time to stop and show you right at the moment, but if you just send me a message, then I'll be able to do that. I would be happy to do that. Okay, so I just took it and trimmed off the side because I didn't get much, and it was a little big anyway. I think I'm going to trim off just a tiny bit here, and then I'm going to move my camera, or move this thing out of the way. I just don't want to lose track of it. And then you can see how I'm going to do this. All right. Hey, Mary, it's nice to see you. How are you? Did you guys have a good Easter? Yeah, I appreciate your video. That was very cute. My daughter Mary has got us going on Marco Polo, and it's a really fun little app that I've really enjoyed. It's a really good one. It just you can just do little short videos, and it's pretty fun. Okay, so what I did is I did the high seas embossing folder, and now I'm just going to use let me peek at the card so I see what I did. I guess I think I used Night of Navy, but now that's looking a little more pool party-ish. So let's start with pool party and see if that's correct. This is a Tim Holtz tool. I'm terribly sorry, but it is better than my sponge. So it keeps a nice flat surface going. So it comes with a bunch of little ink felt pads. And, you know, this is not, I can already tell you right now, it's not going to work as well. Because although it's a high 3D thing, there's too much raised surface. With my seaside, those ribs stand up nice and tall. So I am already suspecting this is not going to work. And I'm going to do my seaside because that is not going to work. Now, if I had started off on the side like I was supposed to, and rubbed gently, it was better, you know, but it's still, I can tell, yeah, it's just getting too much. So that one is not going to work. So I didn't think it was. If you don't have the seaside embossing folder and you only have this, you know what, there are a whole bunch of these kinds of folders out there in the marketplace. So I really love the seaside one. I can do a whole lot of things with it, and I was very sorry when they discontinued it. But at any rate, we are going to go with it, and you might be one of the you could always get it on eBay, I'm sure. They have everything there. Now, for some reason, my sandwich isn't this is not one of those 3D folders. So that sandwich isn't fat enough. I'm going to have to, oops, oh boy, I'm going to have to get that plate because that one fell right off. I am going to have to get my magnetic plate out, and we'll see if that will be fat enough. Not quite. Oh boy, now I'm going to have to play with my sandwich because that magnetic plate will be too fat. I might have to use a shim. That happens at times. I have to use a shim, so we'll see. That's going to be way too fat. So yes, that's what I'm going to have to do. So when you come upon a situation like that, where you're just not getting the right sandwich and you need a shim, excuse me for just a second while I grab some extra paper that I have on the side over here. And I'm going to grab my embossing cutting pad that fell down too. And then you can just take your paper. I'm going to start with just a couple and see if that's enough of a, it's not. So I'm going to add just a couple more. You don't want to make it so hard for your machine that you ruin it, but this is what we had to do at school all the time. You had a good Easter? Awesome, Mary. That is great. Yay, I see Freddie joined. Excellent. We're glad to see you, Freddie. All right. And I think I'm going to just put my shim like this. Still not enough of a shim. Wow, I'm having to add quite a bit of paper. Normally I don't have to do this, so I'm not really sure what I've done with my sandwich, but my sandwich isn't quite correct here. Of course. So I'm just adding it all. My goodness. Maybe I could put another plate in there, because that's just hardly doing it. Okay. All right, I've got it now. That's actually too fat. How could I have gotten it this off? I'll remove a couple. We're going to go ahead and just remove a bunch, and I'll keep it all in one fat package there. But I can tell by the feel of it, that wasn't quite enough. We'll add one more. Still not feeling like quite enough. We're going to add one more. Sorry, folks. But I do want to make sure those ribs are standing up enough. Okay, so that was much better. Whew, that was a lot of work. All right, so we'll move this to the side. Not out of the way, because I'm going to need that. All right, so now we have our seaside one is all done. And get my little shims out of the way too. Now we're ready. Okay, so now I'm just taking Pool Party again and my tool, and we are gonna, now you can see because of my shim issue, it is not embossed that much there. So I'm gonna start over here on this side, and I'm just gonna very lightly go over those ribs. And I'm probably, oops, kind of got it a little too much there. Oh, I have a line there. I don't want that line. I think my label's gonna go over my line that I ended up getting when I kind of scraped at the side. I'm gonna leave this side kind of alone. Now I am gonna need to trim it a tiny bit anyway, so that's gonna be fine. All right, so do you see how much better compared to my high C's? It's just much harder to get really good definition without a lot more work. It's harder on that one. This high C's one, or Seaside one's much easier. All right, so that's good because I don't need it to be a ton, you know. I don't need a lot there. And we'll put that away. All right, so that's the card we're working on. So I'm trying to remember, what did I do? Now I'm going to just take my cardstock. All right, awesome. Now, Freddie, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Did you hear that you won the drawing for sharing last week's video and all that? Later, you can go back and listen to all of that if you missed it. Because I made a new little decision about that. And I took, it's just your basic 4 1/4 or 5 1/2, I mean, by 8 1/2. And then scored it at 4 1/4, and that's what this card is. But I do want to put this on some Calypso Coral. So we'll take our Calypso Coral and let's cut it down to like 4 and let's try 4 1/8. Oh boy, I'm gonna just double check my card. My measurements. It's the old measure twice, right? So that is pretty close to 5 1/2. Let's see if it's 4 1/4 actually. Looking pretty good. Okay, so now I feel fairly safe doing it that way. So let's look at this measurement. That one's 4 1/4. We'll go 4 1/8 on that. And I'm pretty close to my edge already on that. Okay, I need a new blade. That's kind of fuzzy. And then this one, we're going to go 5 1/4. And that should leave me with a good edge on that. All right. Okay, so if I ink my folder, it comes out perfect. Especially that Seaside one, it really would. I should have done that. You mean with the High Seas one it does? That must be what you mean, because I've seen a ton of cards where you've done that, and it does look really beautiful. I haven't had a lot of luck when I ink my folders. I must be doing something wrong, because I have done that quite a bit, and I never am really all that satisfied with the result. Now, I haven't done it with the High Seas one, so maybe I'm just doing it with the wrong folders. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to put, oh, what did I do? There you are, over here, hiding. I want to put my Calypso Coral on here and make sure that I need it to just show the white a little bit, and I don't care if it doesn't show much on that end. That's good. Am I doing it left or are you reversed? I guess I need clarification on what you mean by left. You mean am I doing it on the side that's indented, or is that what you're talking about? Because concave, or what's the opposite of concave? If my daughter Mary's on here, she'll know. She's like the word master. It's concave, and what is the other one? Now, Mary probably already left because she's working, so actually, she's probably not working right now, I bet. She's busy. They got a lot of stuff to do. She always is working at something. Oops. Let's take you off and try that again. That was not where I want you. There we go. You're still not going where I want you. Let's try you again. Okay, that's better. All right, so that's that. And then I can trim this quite a bit now. Cutting on the left side. Oh, cutting. You know what? I've just got my board backwards. That's all. I am cutting on the left side, but it's just, I do it. This board is like whatever. I just go either side. I'm like all over the place on it. It's sort of like my life. I'm all over the place. All right, so we want 5 inches on this side. And then I'm going to go with, let's see. We're going to go about like 3 7/8 on this one. And I'm ending up with just a tiny bit smaller surface, but I think I'm good with that. But I do want to make sure that line that I got is kind of hidden behind my label. Okay, so I left a little more of the Calypso Coral. I actually kind of wanted it to be a little bit less like that, but oh well, it's good. Okay, convex. Thank you, Freddie. Convex and concave. So, do you put your ink on the convex or the concave side when you're putting ink in your folder? Like, because I wanted it to be on I want the ink to be seen on the convex side. And then I have to think about it. Am I actually saying that right? Maybe I'm being opposite. Again, my little oppositional nature, I guess. Okay, so there we go. Now I need my Big Shot back again because I need to do these labels. So I used the, oh, that's not a stitched shape. Uh-oh. That is not a stitched shape label. That label is probably our new one, our ornate layer one. And actually it also has, I think the Stitched Rectangles has this size close to it, but not exactly. I like this one. This one's perfect. I did shorten it looks like, a little bit, and I kind of vaguely remember that I did that. All right, so I need a scrap of Whisper White. Let's see if I can grab a piece here somewhere. Okay, we'll get a scrap of Whisper White, and I'll just stamp that stamp really quick, that Do the Impossible one. Do the Impossible is a really good, ooh, where are you, Do the Impossible? There it is. It's kind of hard to do the impossible. And this one just seems like a really timely one for the day, doesn't it? I've got a little one in here somewhere. There you are. Okay, yeah, that'll fit good. And then if I stamp it and then cut it, it doesn't really matter so much if I'm backwards. Now, I have inked this pad with Night of Navy a lot, and it just still seems to be sucking up my ink. So I need to ink it up some more. We'll see if that does it. Yeah, you see, it's fine, but it's just a tiny bit weak still in its coloring. So I think when you let your pads dry out too much, you have to really add quite a lot of ink to get it inked back up to speed. Okay, so it depends on the look you want. If you want it on the top, yeah, I just need to look at my folder and do it again. So since you've done the High Seas one, and I've seen what you've done, it looks great. I should have done that. I just didn't even think about it. I really liked this Seaside one, but that Seaside one is actually retired, Freddie. So if you want it, you would have to find somebody who will sell it to you, which is probably not all that hard. I think the embossing folders are the things that people are willing to give up the easiest. Now I'm going to switch our camera again. Little bit there. I just need to move it up because I need to bring that cutter over. Try to move some of my items out of the way and cut. I'm going to cut this pretty close. I don't want it to be too... I don't even need to go all the way through because I'm going to have to cut that other side. I want it to be shorter than that. So I'm going to go on this side. Try to get my little stitches lined up. We'll see if I succeeded in doing that. Now, if it's off a little bit, I think it's going to be fine. Whoa, I heard that die fall, but there we go. That looked pretty good. I think I got it really perfect, actually. Must have been a lucky thing. All right, so we've got our label. Found my die, and I want to put that away before I lose it. This Ornate Layers set. Don't you love it? I think this is one of my favorite dies that we've ever had. We've had some really nice ones. I think that one's probably one of the best. Okay, so that is going to go there, but I do need my little Calypso coral under it. And I can use that. Yeah, you can find it. That it's Seaside is what it's called. Stampin' Up's Seaside. All right. Let's see. I think I'm gonna put this right on, and then I am gonna just fussy cut that out rather than use my trimmer. We'll see if I can do a straight cut. Now that side's easy. I can do that side pretty easily, but I just want it pretty close. Sometimes when I do it with my cutter, I don't get it quite as close as I want, or too close, and then suddenly I have to do it all over again. So that is that. Now I do need a piece for a little guy that I'm going to stamp. So let's go ahead and just stamp him first. We're doing the swimmer. Freddie, you will want it because, yes, you do so many nautical things. You're right. You've got a lot of incentive where you live to do lots of nautical kind of stamps. Not so much here in the Tri-Cities. We're probably more the deserty lovers. We had a really nice desert stamp set a couple of years ago that I haven't even hardly used it. I really like it though. Okay, so just some black on that. Actually, did I use black? I think I did. We're going to stick him on there. Where did I put my cleaner? Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh boy, I like to clean, okay? So I get a little panicky when I can't find my cleaner. With all of the cleaning that's going on these days, if cleanliness was next to godliness, our nation would actually be godly. We have got like super clean surfaces everywhere. I went to the post office this morning and I was shocked. I've never seen it that clean before. It was amazing. And it was nice. Every place has all those nice plexiglass screens up now. And I am just thinking, wow, this is fabulous. I wish you guys had done this a long time ago. There are some things like that are going to be really good changes for us to have when this is all subsided somewhat. I'm going to just take I should have got my pens out. That's like pumpkin pie. I don't want that. This is what takes the most time when I'm sitting here finding things. That's dark Calypso coral. I don't know how you got separated from your light Calypso coral. There you are. Very good. All right, so I'm just going to use the light one and do his little suit. I had his hat with something else, like so saffron, but I think we're going to do him like that. Okay. And I need to find my little rubber band. I'll just leave that out. And a little petal pink for the skin. And his face. Okay. And then I'm just going to use, it looks like I used some soft Seaside spray for my waves. I didn't do too much with it. That's Bonnie Blue. There's Seaside Seaside Spray. Oh, there's no soft in it. Sometimes there's always a soft in everything. So I thought it was soft Seaside Spray. It's not. When I do my tutorials, a lot of times you're going to look at it and think, well, I don't think it's called that. It's called something close to it, but it's not that. I'm doing the best I can. All right, so that is that. And did I put my pool party away? Yes, I did. I want pool party out. And I actually, looks like I'd used not just pool party, but I think I used some Balmy Blue on the bottom of that. Just sort of experimenting, I believe. Oh, I need to cut it out before I do that, though. So let's move that. We'll get the stitched piece out that we want. It's this one. That one. I'm going to just cut him on the side, if you don't mind. Then I don't have to drag him all the way over. It's not going to look all that spectacular. I'm sure you've seen it done a bunch of times. Yes, Freddie, we do need more godliness. So it's not true. We had a lady at our church. Now, this was like, I don't know, 30 years ago, 30-something years ago. We were doing a class, my husband and I. And she was a lady that knew her Bible well. So we teased her for years about this statement because it was such a cute thing to say. And she was convinced it wasn't the cleanliness after godly or next to godliness statement. It was another one of those little old wives sayings. It was fondness makes separation makes the heart grow fonder. What is it? Something like that. And she was convinced that was actually not separation. It's something else. Absence. That's right. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. She was sure that was in the Bible. She was positive it was in the Bible. We kept telling her, no, I don't think that one is. I don't think it is. It might be true, but it's not. All right, so I'm just using that to put a little bit of that on. And on this side is my Balmy Blue side. So we're going to just do a little Balmy Blue on that, just to make our sky look a little different than the water. Even though it's very similar. Okay. And close those guys up. And I need to put my cutting board under here so I can get to it a little more easily. All right. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting there. And then I'm just taking my dimensionals. We're going to put that on. I also have my other label. I think I have it cut out. I just wanted a little bit underneath. I didn't really want to have the whole thing showing necessarily, so I'm just going to put it underneath like this. Otherwise, I would have, it does kind of show all the way around, but just barely. It's just off-sized enough. One is the stitched label or stitched oval, die, and this is from the layering ovals. And so it's just off a little bit. And rather than fuss with it, I just decided I'm going to live with it the way it is, and I'm going to just put that Calypso Coral on the bottom. And I kind of like the effect. Sometimes when I have too much going on, it just takes away from the whole design anyway. Okay, so that's that. And I did not bring my dimensionals over. I hope I have enough. Ah, good, I do. All right, so we'll stick you there and we'll stick you there. I heard in order to, yeah. Now my nails are all a mess. That one's already breaking. I've got to get new nails done today. I was going to do it last night. Actually, I was going to do it Saturday night so I'd have them done for Sunday. And then I forgot. And then I thought, well, I'll get them done. I'll get them done Sunday night, so I have them done for my cards, and I forgot, and I have to do them at night. That gives me a whole night for them to set, but that one's already broken because I don't have polish on it. I definitely have the flimsiest nails out there. That's just from, it's broke just from me doing this card stuff just now. I'm not doing anything and it already broke. All right, so we'll get you going up like that. And you are done. Cute. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. Now, I heard that they are saying that that it's possible that like a shadow, you're right, Freddie, that is kind of like a shadow. Thank you for that. All right, I heard that 6 foot, we're going to do this one because I want to show you how I did that background, and I need to get my Stamparatus out for this one. That 6 feet apart might not be enough. They're thinking maybe 13 feet, and I'm thinking, oh, come on, you've got to be kidding me. I saw a Facebook thing where I don't know, I'm sure you've seen it. There's a photo that somebody took. I was thinking, just stop taking these pictures, people. It is pretty funny though. It had a marks on the floor of whatever business it was, so people could stand, and they were definitely 6 feet apart from the checker, but they had them. Like for the cash machine, it was here, and then the checker person was right here, and so they were only 6 feet apart if nobody was at the cash machine waiting, obviously, and which would be the thing, you know. I mean, we're supposed to be not complete infants. We should be able to manage ourselves well enough to recognize that, and nobody would be doing that. But anyway, somebody had written, "It's a good thing the virus doesn't move sideways." I thought that was pretty funny. Because if it did move, if somebody was standing there, it would have been like right next to. All right, my end is a little short there, so I obviously did not score it exactly right. And yes, I can see that I didn't. So we're going to use this side, and then I will just trim that when I'm all done. All right, so to do this one, I do need my waterfront mountains. I didn't get you out, waterfront, but I see you right there. I don't think that's waterfront. I thought that was waterfront, but it's not. Is this mountain air, maybe? Let's look at mountain air. That's a really nice one. It could be snowfront, too. So let's look at snowfront. You are snowfront. Okay, I love waterfront and snowfront. Those are my favorites. Mountain air is a really good one too, but I'm having a little more difficult time, and it has a big mountain, and I only want this little one. So we're just going to start with this little mountain and get you on there first. And then I also heard that they are claiming that the virus lives on the bottom of your shoes, your soles, a long time. I didn't hear the amount of time because I'm only half listening to the news these days. And I thought, like Jeff always tells me when I tell him stuff like that, he'll just say, well, just don't lick the bottom of your feet and you're fine. I'm thinking, yeah, that's true. If I just don't lick the bottom of my feet, I'll be fine. All right, so I need the pad because that is a photopolymer stamp. So I need my little foam pad here. And I should have gotten this is a foam pad. It's got my grid. Maybe that's sufficient. I do like having my grid so I can see where I'm putting it. I think that's good. All right, so I'm going to line it up with my Stampin' Up! Label. Now we're going to move it like right onto my Stampin' Up! Label. All right, and then if my card shifts, I can see where to line you back up again. Let's move you like this so we know what we're doing. we're going to put the mountain right here. Ooh, let's start with my people first. I'm afraid I'm going to get my mountain way too close. My people I'll have to just stamp with a stamp because, oh, I don't want the runners. I want the bicyclists. All right, I'm going to just stamp it with one of my blocks because otherwise I would have to readjust my whole setup there with the foam pad and all. Okay, now I want you guys like that. All right, so we'll stamp these guys on. This, again, just my Memento Black. I was thinking this week, instead of thinking about all the things that I am glad about, sort of the other option of that is think of all the things that I don't have to ever do again. Oh, I did that right on top of, look at that. What an idiot. All right, we need my cleaning pad, like right now. I did place it really well. I do think I did that really well. Just, I don't want it on the plastic. All right, Kathy, get a grip. Get a grip. It's good. But now I have to ink it again. And I'm glad I don't have to do that again. That's the sort of thing that I might not do again. I don't know. I might do it again, though, too. All right, so now we've got it on the card instead of the plastic. Much better. I am glad that, so I'm starting. I am glad that I do not have to give childbirth again. That was good to have the children. I am thrilled to have them. And yes, they were worth it. But nice to not have to go through childbirth again. Okay, this is going in there. Now it's your turn. What are you glad that you do not have to ever do again? So our little mountain is going to go right there. Let's see, how far did I have it over his head? Oh, a little higher. Let's do it a little higher. It doesn't really matter too terribly much. Now I think I'll use a little soft suede on that one. Okay. All right, so we'll turn it so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to do a little soft suede right there. Okay, that's pretty dark. Oh, well, it's going to be a really dark mountain. I did not stamp it off before, so I'm not sure if I just put a ton more ink on it or what. That's very likely. Okay, so I should be spraying the bottoms of my shoes with Lysol, and that's a good plan. That would help. All right, so let's see. Now I need my trees. That's your shoes. Now, how come they haven't said anything like that on the news? Because that actually seems like a really basic, did I just miss the memo that says to do that? Because that is, again, that just seems like a really basic thing that you could do when you're, that people who are on the list of caution that, in order to not get these sorts of things all the time because of their health issues, I bet those people already do that all the time. That's something they would know to do. I would not. So the little trees we'll put there, and my shaded spruce. I hope you aren't, that shaded spruce that I've got going there right now doesn't look very dark. So I tried not to ink it up quite as dark as I did my soft suede. There we go. That's much better. And then I just want a tiny bit of it, just a tiny bit of it here. So I'm going to just stick it on this block and put you right. Let's move the magnet. We'll put you right there. And, oh, I don't like that. So I'm going to put you right there. Okay. As you can see, you can sort of do whatever you want. I smudged, so I'm glad I'm getting get to cover that up because I don't like how that turned out. Okay, I'm not going to put this away. I need that out still, but I don't need the stamps. I am done with the stamps. Okay, so when you walk barefoot in the house, I see your comment. The barefoot, I see, but I'm still still not knowing how, unless you have an open sore or something on the feet. Still not sure about that. Now, if you have little kids or anything like that, obviously, you'd be very concerned about it. They actually do lick the floor. They are their own category of germ spreaders, which is one reason that I am not at all sad that schools are closed for the rest of this year. I kind of was surprised that it took them so long to make that decision. Kids, you can tell them whatever you want, but they are not going to use these sanitary methods to preserve themselves or anyone else. They just don't. Okay, so I'm going to just use this tool again. Thank you, Freddie, for this tool. I use it a lot. It is a lifesaver for me. Now, I could use a sponge. On this one, the sponge would probably work, but I really liked the texture of this on this. I thought it looked really good. So we're going to just grab out my soft suede again. Okay, and we'll start with a kind of a light touch. And I liked how it, depending on how I did it, got some stuff on my hands there. I could get the effect of the ground on it. And I'm not too concerned about getting it on the bicyclist. I mean, I can be a little careful here and there, but I'm not too worried about it, because if this was a hill, there would be these little divots of earth and all, and the same thing for the road. So I'm liking how I can use this in a lot of different ways. It's a little bit more challenging with my sponge to get this kind of an effect. All right. I'm just going to go on my hill a little bit. And I don't mind having some white around them. I could, if I was really bothered by that, I would just use my, maybe a watercolor, your aqua painter or something, and try to arrange that a little differently. Now I've got my old olive and pear pizzazz side on here. This is my more bluish green on this side. So I'm gonna just use the shaded spruce a little bit on that mountain. Okay. These kinds of techniques are just totally inaccurate. So if you're the kind, I do know people who just don't like messy. They like everything straight and lined up. And if you're that kind of a person, you will not like this technique. You'll just be frustrated using it because it'll never be perfect. So. But actually, this sort of a stamp set is the kind of stamp set you would never like anyway. If you're that kind of a person, they don't have a face really; they've just eyes. They're not abstract really, but they're kind of lean in that way. So yeah, it's not a stamp set you would like if if you are a very cut and dried kind of art lover. So this is it does have soft in it. This is sea foam. Okay, that's why I'm getting those mixed up, because this is soft sea foam. Okay, yes, I see the booties, and that's what I was thinking, that you wear booties when you go in the or any place where it's likely to be infected. Yeah, oh, cross-contamination, Freddie. I see what you're saying. Yes, especially for those, again, who it's very, very concerning about. But, you know, if you're just going to the grocery store like I do, I think I'm good, but oh well, it wouldn't hurt. I certainly don't want Jeff to get it. He would, it'd be much more devastating for him. He has that cough, and plus he does have type 2 diabetes, and I've heard that is a very major risk factor. So people who have that are not doing nearly as well. So thank you for giving me that tip. I think I will put some of that Lysol in my car, and then Jeff doesn't even have to know I'm spraying my feet. He'll probably laugh about that. All right, so this is dark petal pink. I don't want that. I want light petal pink. We'll do that before I do the actual little bike shorts, because that's going to be dark gray. We'll get their little faces done first, and their legs. Okay, there should be a leg over here. I don't really see the leg much. It's kind of hidden in there. We're going to just sort of stick a knee in it. I think I got, when you're doing these, it's like, I missed that little tiny spot. Let's see, here's some ivory. I do think I want to put just a little bit of brown around the bike where I could not possibly sponge with my ivory. Just to make sure, and maybe on my lines, give a little definition there. All right. Now I did, as you can see, when I did this before, I did it much darker, but that's because I didn't really know. I was just playing. And I kind of like it darker. When I did it though, I didn't. I was thinking, that's too dark. I don't think I like that, but I don't know. I kind of like it, but this is okay too. I'm happy with it either way. All right, now I do need some gray. Let's find you, gray. Hi, Andy. How are you guys doing? Did you guys see Kara's put that we're going to look at the catalog all together on a Zoom meeting. Are you going to do that too? It looks fun. All right, this is light smoky slate. I think I want the dark smoky slate. Let's do that instead. And that, I'm still thinking about those two guys' shirts. I did just the spruce just to try to keep all of my colors similar here. But I'm thinking I might want a little calypso coral in there. So. You like watching me color? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I bet what is it, like watching paint dry? Now that sounds like, I don't know. I have very limited patience myself, so you guys are just much more patient than I am. I would probably be fast forwarding through things. Oh, I did put some calypso coral right there. Right there and there. Okay, I still haven't heard anything about what you would like not to have to do. For me, I am very grateful I do not have to do kindergarten again. Kindergarten is something that most people love. I did not. I liked being at home. When I had to go to school and go to kindergarten, oh my goodness, my poor, poor mother. That would have been just a torment for her probably every morning of that year that I was going to kindergarten. So I feel very sorry for her. She survived it, just like a great many people survive the things that their annoying children put them through. This is actually Call Me Clover. So we'll do that one instead, since it's the one I pulled out. We'll give him a green shoe, green shirt. And that one, I kind of missed an arm back there. There's a little tiny bit of an arm hanging out right there from that guy. Oh, let's give you a nice Calypso coral helmet. All right, so I did color that one, but she sure doesn't look it. She looks like she's deathly pale. She needs to be in the sun. Maybe I missed her face somehow, because wow, she was white. All right, that is that for that, but let's put a tiny bit of hair on her. We'll use this one. Okay. There we go. Now we've got our tags to do. So let's see what I've got on the side. Aha, I do have one. So that one is that one though. We'll use it. I thought I had one that I could use. I wanted to get to this one, ladies. So that one is for that one. So maybe I will just cut one out really quick. This is our layering circles. All right, my poor kindergarten teacher. I'm sure she was miserable. Although while I was at school, of course, no one would have known that I hated going to school so bad. They would have all thought I was having a great time. But no, I would much rather have not had. Now that one is, yeah, that's the right size. Because then I think this is the one I'm doing Calypso coral with. Yes. So we'll pull those two out. I liked the activities because, you know, I liked the activities. It was just the leaving home. And I've had friends and I liked the friends and that was all fine. It's just that I liked doing my own thing and I was not able to. I wasn't able to play outside all the time. I like to be outside. All right. Stay. And grab another bit of white on the side. And we'll cut. Maybe I should stamp that first before I cut it out. I think I'll do that. Let's stamp it. I'll move you there. Get that. This courage is sometimes a little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow. I have that little voice in my head all the time because I always am going to need to try again tomorrow to be nice. Niceness does not come naturally to me. Thank you for sharing, Andy. Okay, I have to tell you that, here's my little note to remind me, I am doing something different with my share. So when you share, because when I went down to the post office today, now this is a story everyone else has heard, so just close your ears, but it cost me almost $5 to mail my little thing. And I thought, if I'm spending almost $5 to mail my thing, then let's stop mailing the thing. Because the things that I'm sending you is not worth $5 postage. But when I'm getting ready to send something to you, I don't want to just send something so small. And so it's fatter. Anything that's fatter is costing a little more because, of course, it's a little bulkier too. So if it goes in a regular envelope, I can use my other postage thing and it's fine and it doesn't cost $5. But anything that's very big at all, costing $5 almost. It's like, are you kidding me? So I am not going to send that. I'm going to just, when you share, if you win the share drawing, I am going to just send you a little $5 certificate and you can collect those. And when you have enough to warrant a purchase from Stampin' Up, then you can send it and send them all that you've collected with your order, and then I'll just order you something from Stampin' Up, and it'll be fun for you to get something that you'd actually like and use, I think. And I think it'll be better all the way around. We'll see. I'm going to give that a try. All right, so there's my tag. While I have this out, we'll do the Calypso Coral backing. In fact, I have two of those to do. So let's Let's do 2. Oh, that piece isn't going to be big enough. Where do I know I have a piece of Calypso coral here handy. I think this is the one I thought I was going to be using to cut everything out of. Let's see if we'll try with one go and see if we can get 2 cut out in the time of 1. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. Yay, it worked. All right, so we have both of them. I can put you away now. I think you are done. And we'll put our little layers away. Okay, so thank you, Andy. Andy, you are the one who is so sweet. You're a nice person all the time. How do you do it? I'd like to know, how do you do it? Do you take nice pills in the morning or something? Because you're just always nice. And I really am not. You might be deceived by my outward appearance, but I'm not, believe me. All right, and maybe you know that quite well, and you're just, again, being nice and not saying, yeah, I know, Kathy, I know, you're not always nice. I've seen it. And Freddie, I see that you get the protocol from the hospital, but that's actually great. I'm grateful that I'm in on that and getting the benefit of hearing your information, but yeah, spraying the bottom of your shoes just seems like a really basic thing that many of us could have benefited from hearing. So it's probably one of those things that is coming. It'll be in the next big announcement. And then most people will totally ignore it anyway, won't they? Just like they ignore everything. All the things we've been telling people all these years to do, and they've just been ignoring us. It'll be another thing that they can just ignore. All right, so we have that. That one's going on the other card with that. This one's going, oh, I get it. It's way too big. Oh, well, we're living with it. It's huge. Come on, Kathy. What is the deal? Oh, boy. Well, I can cut it again, just on the side really quick. I just need to get the correct one. Must have been that one, but I thought that's what I used with my label. It is. That's the one I used with my label. So it must be this one. That's the trouble with these layering circles. It is just a tiny bit smaller. That's the one I wanted. All right. Really easily fixed. I think we'll just do the old double over here and do 2 on the side, so that I have them, and I'll have an extra one of those. That'll be handy. Or an extra 2 of those, actually. All right, now we have them the correct size. And we're good. Oh, you sent something interesting? Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate that. You're not nice. Freddie, you're funny. I don't believe you. I don't believe that. All right. Okay. Ooh, that'll be exciting. I don't know what you're sending me. Now I'm going to be wondering, what did she send me? All right, that is better. Get those guys out of the way so I don't use them accidentally, and put a little glue on you and get you done and on, because this next one actually is a super fast one. This one, these take a little more time. And I'm getting a little long, folks. I understand. So if you have to take off, I totally understand. But I do want to finish it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish it. A lot of times I just quit because I think, it's been long enough. I've got to quit. But today Jeff is actually meeting boy, I don't remember what he's doing. He's meeting with someone, or he's actually doing something. You know, he's working every day at school stuff, but it's just taking so little time compared to what his normal day is. And it's like, wow, I've got a lot of work. Whether you've got to work, Jeff, or not, I've got a lot of work. So it's nice to feel like he's not going to be coming in the door any instant now. All right, now that one's done. Pretty cute. It actually goes pretty fast. But this one, I love that the French countryside stamp with this. So pretty. That little house is so cool. I just need to find that one. I didn't get it out. There it is. This is the one problem with being organized, is I forget that I have some things in the side that I need for the card that I'm doing. All right. Okay, I'm also glad that I do not have to learn how to drive for the first time ever again. Oh, a text message. Thank you, Freddie. Learning how to drive for the first time was scary for me. Now, most people are looking forward to it for years and years. Okay, again, just basic card, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and folded. And then I'll just stamp our little countryside cottage on here with black. And quickly color it in. My poor driver's ed teacher. Oh man, these people aren't paid enough. And in those days, you know, you had at least 3 kids riding along in the back with you while you're learning how to drive. Oh, those poor kids too. I'm glad there's some things that I'm very glad we don't do the same anymore. Although it costs a fortune to have your kid go through driver's ed now, since it's private and it's not in the school system, and so it's not subsidized. But I think it's much safer. Our kids had a lot better instruction than I did too, like tremendously. And they had a lot of requirements that they had to meet before they were given a license. So there's a lot of things that I like about the new system, but I think I would have been a little better driver, but I would have been just as scared. And that was the reason I disliked it, because I was so petrified. All right, now we just need our little runners. Wouldn't you like to be running in this French countryside? I would. Not with anyone particularly, because the person running with me is always going faster than me, like by a lot. And I don't want to run that fast because I don't want to be that tired. I don't really like running anyway, or even walking. People walk faster than me. It's like, oh my goodness, if I wanted to run, I would have run. I don't want to be walking this fast. Please, just leave me. Leave me in the dust. All right, so put you guys right here. You do not have to be close to your house because you're way out there, way out in front of the house. On the road. So no, I do not do that. Very good, Freddie. That's a good one. Oh, hair rollers. Do you remember, ladies? The sleeping on hair rollers. You are so right. That is a good one. That was miserable. One time when I went to my grandmother's, she said, have you ever heard of the rag curl thing? And I hadn't. I was a child. And so actually, since we're doing this, we're going to go down and I'll peek and see if you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, the rag curl thing was a lot better than those rollers as far as pain goes. But my hair was tremendously curly. It was like Shirley Temple, and that was in the 70s. Do you remember? Early 70s. So twiggy, long hair, that sort of thing. Shirley Temple curls was not popular. I ran home as quickly as possible and washed those curls out. I was mortified that somebody would see me with those curls, but it worked great. And man, those curlers, I remember that. Those were awful, especially like right around your face. That is a good one. All right, let's see. What else do I have? I am so glad that, when I did the driving, it reminded me, the first date. My first date. Oh boy, glad I don't have to do that again. That was horrible. I wasn't a good first date, that's for sure. He wasn't a good first date either. He was very nervous. And we were young. I wasn't that young. Nobody asked me out on a date. I was married at 19, so I'm sure I was probably 18, because I really didn't date until after high school. Nobody asked me. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Anyway, I didn't enjoy it. We went ice skating, and I wasn't good, but I liked it. It was okay, but I was just not having any fun. Pretty much told him, it's pretty late. Can I go home? What a terrible first date I was. And I was thinking, wow, this is highly overrated, this dating thing. Okay, I kind of went with just gray, but I'm not sure if I used smoky slate or not. So I think I'll start up here and check it. Looks pretty good. So I pretty much just did that all over. And the Calypso Coral for the windows, just because I'm trying to stick with one color to make things simple and go along pretty fast today. But you guys, if you go on Pinterest, you're going to see so many neat ways that people have colored these sets. They've done all kinds of great things. But I'm going to just go really fast and get it colored. Colored quick. I do want to leave my little window sash there, maybe. You can see I'm using the fat tip. I know other people don't use the fat tip, but because I like to get the coloring done fairly quick, sometimes I will use the fat tip. If you just are barely touching the card, you will have pretty good coverage with it without it, running into areas you don't want it. But if you're laying it down on your card very thick, firmly at all, it can bleed before you know it. So just a word of caution. Okay, and I'm going to use my other gray for my roof to try to give a little more distinction. Where those little gray or little lines are and the little bricks, I'm going to just add that back in just a little more. Maybe make that base a little darker. There. Then it gives it a little bit better of an effect. Let's color in that. Of course, for these little tiny areas, you want to use that bullet tip, that small little bullet tip. But other than that, not too worried about it. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Andy, you are right. Freddie's got a lot of good stories. She could probably go on and on. Oh, hey, I'm glad to see my brother-in-law Gordon has joined us. He's funny. He has tons of stories he could share. So Gordon, we are saying, what is something you are happy you don't ever have to do again. Here's an easy one for me. I am glad I don't have to lose 100 pounds again. Now, I am working hard to make sure that doesn't happen. This has been difficult. Oh, there's my extra rubber band. When everybody's home and we're eating all the time, it seems like it's been hard not to gain some weight. But I am determined to not have to lose 100 pounds again. That was not easy. Don't want to do that. I am also glad I don't have to get my wisdom teeth ever pulled again. That was not good. I didn't enjoy that. And that's because I was an adult, I was an adult before I did that. If you have it done with your kids when they're young and those little buds haven't had a chance to really grow into anything, it's not that big a deal. But for me, they broke some other teeth trying to do it. It was bad. Well, they didn't really break it. I'm exaggerating. They cracked one. Anyhow, so got my little rubber band back. We'll put you on here. Let's see. I guess we want our dark Calypso coral for this guy's shirt. Just trying to keep our colors coordinated. Usually doing the guy's clothes in our stamp sets pretty easy because their basic color is black, black, gray, brown, tan, and black. Right? Oh, forgot. That really startling color, khaki. So there are a lot of colorful men's clothes out there, but they're not the ones that Jeff ever picks. He's still on the black, black, gray, black thing. You're glad you don't have to have my little friend visit anymore, Freddie? I don't get that. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what that is. I take that back. I might know what that is, and I'm laughing about it. I'm not sure. But I think I suspect. Okay. I want Flirty Flamingo for that shirt, and I had some pink pirouette out. Let's hope this is it. Yes, light Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo is a real good go along with your Calypso coral. It's good. And the stamp that I used for the sentiment, I believe it's Calypso coral, but it could have been terracotta tile. These three colors really, they go together really well. They're just lighter variations of one another, I believe. All right, I still haven't found, is this what I used for the roof? This is crumb cake, so no, that is not what I used for the roof. Looking in my container, and I'm just not finding what I think I'm looking for. Let's look again. This is Smoky Slate. Maybe it was crumb cake. Well, we'll give it a try. We're going to use I think I'll use this light, or the darker. It's not what I used. This is soft suede. No, it is crumb cake. Oh, well, we're having a brown roof on this one, since that's what I ended up getting out. I don't like it as well as my gray, but oh well. I'll live with it. Okay. We haven't been friends for over 20 years. That's it. That explains quite a bit. I'm glad I don't have to live in Montana anymore. Now, some people would be thinking with shock, are you kidding me? It's a beautiful, wonderful, resort-y type place to live. Believe me, I'm not going to mention the town we lived in. It was when I was 12, which is a difficult age anyway, right? I already just told you my first date was when I was 18, so I had none of that kind of interest going. And I was 12, so, it wouldn't have been much anyway. And it was not a resort area, let's just say that. It was not a resort area. And it wasn't a great time in my family's life anyway. So, no, don't have a lot of fond memories of that town. This is light Old Olive. I won't say the town. I just don't have a lot of fond memories. And it was so ridiculously cold. I don't know if it's always that cold there every winter, but we had days and days of it being 20 degrees below zero. So if I think it's cold here, I just remember our wonderful Montana days, and I'm grateful that I don't have that. Now this one's kind of running out, which I'm liking because I can kind of rub it all over here and get a really nice effect without a lot of effort. So So that's one reason I have not gotten rid of that one yet. Now, Linda told me how to re-ink my my markers, not these blending pens, but the markers. So I am going to have to redo that video because she explained that you can indeed take out that little fine tip that I was struggling with when I did that video, and I was afraid I was going to ruin my marker if I messed with it too much. Well, voila, she said, you do not have to worry about it. It will come out. In fact, she said you can replace those tips. And Freddie, on our team page, I will put that link on there where she said we can replace the tips. That's going to be really useful information. I can't put it on this page because they must not be official Stampin' Up! Ones. But Stampin' Up! Does not sell tips. It would be nice if they did, but they don't. All right, so that is our greenery. Now, you could have been a lot more careful if you wanted. Make it look even better, but just for speed's sake, we're going to zip along and finish this out. Just giving them simple gray shoes, a little gray on the squiggle, and just a tiny bit of crumb cake around their feet for our road. Maybe even just a little bit in the back. There. And now we're ready for our label, and we're all done. Now that's the one that's too big. Where's the one that I did that was the right size? There it is. Okay. So, oh, hey, Michelle. I'm sorry you're late too, because you've missed it. We are about ready to leave. Thank you for joining us. I hope you guys are doing great. Michelle, we were just naming all the things that we are glad we don't ever have to do again. And one of Freddie's was that she's glad she doesn't have to sleep on hair rollers anymore. You remember that? Okay, now I'm glad. I'm still thinking about I don't want to get a hair permanent. I don't want my hair to smell that bad for, I don't know, how long is it? A month? So, but my hair, when I curl it for these videos, and when I go to church, I like to curl my hair. The curl's coming out, like, even when the weather's fairly dry, it just comes out in about 20 minutes. So I've thought of getting my hair permed again, but I do not really want to. I don't want to have smelly hair. Of course, right now it's not even an option. We can't even go get our hair permed. My hair's got to get cut before too awfully long. Okay, courage is sometimes that little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow. Isn't that good for us? All right, I'm going to put the camera up. I'll whip my glasses off so you can see me with my little red face without those on. And thank you so much for watching and entertaining me. Aquanet hairspray. Does it really work, Michelle? Because sometimes when I've sprayed my hair before, see, look at this. When I started, it was pretty good, but look at it. And my gray hair is not any different. It was bad when I was a kid too. So anyway, I will try the hairspray. Now, Freddie, you told me about hairspray too. You ought to know. Oh, Mary, I bet you know. I can get a body wave. Oh, good. And it's good because Mary, the last time I went in to get a permanent, I don't know, you were probably, no, I don't remember. You were probably 10. I don't know. Anyway, no, it was when you were really little. In fact, Mary, it was when you were not even 1 or 1.5 or 2, and I came home from that permanent, and you cried when you saw me. You cried because you didn't recognize me, because she gave me a poodle perm. And I told her, I don't want that. I want use the big rollers, and they wouldn't do it then. So now they must. good. There's a lot of good things out here these days, ladies. It's going to be even better. Once all these things of the abnormalities have gone away, we are going to be left with a whole lot of really good things. And I do think that businesses are going to recognize how many great savings there are in people working from home. So there might be more of that. Now that is going to be a good and a bad. Like today, Jeff said, I don't think I need to print out all the kids' reports. I better not do that. And I think, oh yeah, I was wondering why I just had to spend $40 again for another print cartridge. They seem to be going awfully fast. So when you're printing it at home, you might think twice. If you're printing it at work, print it off. So anyway, oh, hey there, Aunt Connie. It's nice to see you. I'm so glad that you joined me. And I am done. So anyhow, again, share my videos. For people who are sharing it, what I've decided to do is I am going to if you win the drawing, when you share, if you win the drawing, instead of sending you some small thing in the mail, I am going to send you just a little $5 certificate to Stampin' Up, but it's not, they don't give gift certificates for some strange reason. So you will, and also $5 isn't going to buy you anything there. You can get glue for $4 something, but the shipping and handling is going to make it cost $8 something. Okay. So, you can't buy anything for $5, but if you collect them, you can collect them forever if you want to. And then when you've gotten enough for the item you want, you're just going to mail it back to me with the name of the thing you want. I will order it for you and you will get it in the same cost of shipping and handling that I would have had to have paid anyway, right? For your little stickers or whatever that I've been sending. So I think this is going to be more fun for all of us, and I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe and healthy. And those of you who are healthcare workers, I would love for our town to also go out and cheer you on every day. I think it's wonderful that you are putting your lives at risk for us, and we really do appreciate it. But you aren't the only ones, as you well know. There's a whole lot of people out there that are doing that. I see them going to work every day, and I'm so grateful that they are. That keeps food on our table, right? So thank you. And we will try again tomorrow. We will try again to be better people and more loving and kind tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Michelle. And let me see if I have one more thing. Here's one more thing I'm glad that I never have to do again, and that is eat canned spinach. Now, I never even had to eat canned spinach, but I did have to eat Brussels sprouts, overcooked and oversalted, and they were horrible. Jeff has told me about canned spinach and described it in detail because he actually had to eat it when he was a kid. So these are the things I'm very grateful for. I do not ever have to eat canned spinach, because if that's the last thing in our world that I have to eat, I will think I'll just say that's okay. I'll pass. I'll starve. It's okay. I am ready to go. God is good. He will take me, and I won't have to eat canned spinach ever again. Right? Okay. I will see you guys later. Have a great week, and I will, I think I got everything covered. Team meeting tomorrow. See you then. Bye.